Hi and welcome to Top 10 Stupid Top 10 list. 10 older movies that surprisingly haven't been remade yet, according to Reddit. Let's see what we got here. Gremlins. Well, there was a sequel. The reason why they didn't make any more is one guy made them and they weren't all that popular. They were really good, fun, and they earned well. But back in those days, you didn't just pump out sequel after sequel. That came a bit later, closer to the 90s. And I don't know why they would want to remake it, since they would go CG and, well, to start out, remakes won't be good if you just really remake them, shoot them scene for scene or try to make them fit. You still need to make a good movie. You can't just try to revamp the original a bit. That works for video games, because now you can make a remaster. And what they're asking here is actually mainly they want remasters of the movies. Jurassic Park, well, there hasn't been a remake, but they still make Jurassic Park movies, so it would seem weird to try and remake the exact same as the first one. You would need to change a lot of things, amongst other, all the science that was kind of wrong. Jaws, there have been lots of remakes, unless you want a faithful one-to-one remake again, but it's kind of hard to make a remake for something where you would know the surprise and everything, so you couldn't really make a remake out of this one, per se. Okay, here's a bit weird. If you want to make a remake of a Jim Carrey movie, it says you can't, because he's impossible to recast. No, he's not. His movies are just often made around a simple premise, and if you do that again, it just gets tried or bad. It's like the 13 again, the person who suddenly grows young or grows old, or the body switch. They're made a lot of times. Also, Liar Liar, it's neither the first or the last with this premise. And actually, if you look at Jim Carrey movies, it's not because you can't recast him, it's just often one single premise movie he's got. Ace Ventura, sure, hard to find another Ace Ventura, but easy enough to make a goofy detective movie. And it's been done lots of time before and after. The Mask, they made a sequel. That was bad. Dumb and Dumber, it's already been remade a lot of times. Me, Myself and Irene, movies like that has been made too, with split personalities. Bruce Almighty, the sequel was more or less a remake. A Series of Unfortunate Events has been remade. Fun with Dick and Jane, the premise has been done before and after. The Yes Man, Netflix just made a more or less remake of that a year ago or something. So, in conclusion, a lot of his movies are being remade and recast. It's just not exactly Jim Carrey, so... And why would you want it? Why would you want a remake of, let's say, Liar Liar? It wouldn't necessarily be as fun. The Rocketeer. Well, a cool thing about the movie is when it was made in the 90s, it was remade of a early 30s or 40s serial, which is the name for small episodes in a complete series at the theaters. So that's one of the impressive things about this. It is actually a period piece at the same time. And yes, it was a bit boring, a bit slow, but yeah, that's movies from the 90s. Not that much speed like today. But a couple of things about what they're saying here. It wouldn't be tough to set himself apart from Iron Man. First off, he's not the genius who made the suit. He just found it and has a genius mechanic friend to help him. And his special power is he can fly. That's all. And it would be in the 30s or 40s or 50s. So it would be way before Iron Man. But a thing with them saying, but with improvement of technology, seeing the Rocketeer flying about would look awesome. Fun fact about the Rocketeer from 1991, the flying scenes, well, at least some of them were live action scenes, as in a guy who was suspended from a helicopter and was flying through woods. Very dangerous, but it looked good because it really did look like a flying man, because, well, he was actually flying. And I don't think green screen CGI effects would make that look better. It's a bit like with the old Superman movies. They made a new way of making it look like he was flying, which looked convincing, especially at the time. Nowadays, that's lost a bit. Mrs. Doubtfire, well, not a remake of that movie per se, but again, why would you make a one-to-one remake? If you want, this is already kind of a remake of Tootsie, with Dustin Hoffman who dresses up like a woman to get a job at a TV station. The Mighty Ducks, well, this story with the underdog team with misfits has been made and remade a lot of time before and after, so I'm not really sure what they mean about want to make a remake of this. That's a weird thing where I think sometimes people want, oh, I would like that movie, but made now. Nothing different. The same actors, the same everything, just turn them back to their original age of the movie. You can't really remake Shawshank Redemption. Sure you could, but then you would make a new movie based on the book and maybe show it differently. Again, this is probably someone who just wants the same movie one more time, but made with actors from the 2000s. Back to the Future. Well, with some of these, the premise would be good. A new Back to the Future movie. Sure. Remaking the old, not really a good thing. Using the same ideas, you could do that. Just give us something new. I don't know why people want a remake of something like this. Well, Die Hard. It was a movie of its time. Well, the 90s. There were a lot of these movies. So many movies are like Die Hard or an homage to it. So I don't see why you would try to make a new one because, again, it's 1988. It's a bit slow. If you made a movie this slow nowadays, people wouldn't like it. And so on. So yeah, you would wind up with bored people who wouldn't like it because if you made it like the original, it would be too slow and boring and you would already know what happens. So I don't know why you want to do that. A fun thing here, they write, however, a remake would surely have been a better movie than any of the sequels since Live Free or Die Hard. Not necessarily, that would be the issue. A remake would probably have been more or less like A Good Day to Die Hard. It fits the time with the color, the action stuff. It just doesn't fit the Die Hard movies. And the thing is, he says since Live Free and Die Hard. If you know how words work, that means from that movie. And there's only been one movie since Live Free or Die Hard, which is also known as Die Hard 4.0. So just to clarify, it couldn't be a better movie than any of the sequels, since the way you construct your sentence, there's only one movie. So you're saying it would have been better to make a remake than A Good Day to Die Hard. And you can't say any of the sequels if you only mean one movie. But sure, that was a stupid list that made no sense. Wow.